Ormia wants to have access to the rest of this land that's behind the keep. That's where the compass was pointing. They got permission from the actual owner of the property with the caveat that they stop here and cleanse whatever evil is in their keep. Turns out there's a ghost of the party member of said property owner that had passed away here. The spirit's been brought back and tethered here by 5 wards that used to protect this keep from outside threats that has essentially been turned inward and is keeping him inside. Crazy smoke monsters trying to attack everybody, and sometimes if they fail a wisdom saving throw, which has only happened to Emil so far, twice, they have experienced a vision. First vision, when the scary smoke monster attacked, was Emil experienced life through Neamfoodle's eyes, the ghost guy. Fairly peaceful, happy life with a nice peaceful passing. Second imagery that was, pushed into his mind was a little not as nice, different dimension, different plane of existence, very bleak landscape, green miasma floating everywhere, and essentially a river of death, river Styx, sort of. Out of which came a lich with a chain over its shoulder and ripped out of the water on the other end of the chain. A humanoid creature that was just twisting and writhing in pain, essentially appeared to be in a perpetual state of dying. So not super friendly. And then the lich took the chain and whipped it around Neamfoodle, and I believe that was the end of the second vision of sorts. The party has successfully shut down 3 out of the 5 wards. The 4th is under a statue of Bahamut, so some of the party members were a little reluctant to damage that to get to the ward, and the Neamfoodle ghost was like, "It's cool, just move it, push it, whatever. It's just one of the places we hit it." And that's sort of where we are. Yay! So I will let. I think we were sort of with Felix and Ormia. We're talking to the Neamfoodle ghost.
I will just say that Neamfoodle is an amazing name, by the way.
Nice. It's a gnome name, yeah. Yeah, so anyone can pick it up wherever they like. That's just sort of where I recall us leaving off.
Dan, I'm looking for the map.
Keep blueprints.
Yeah.
Hang on, I can probably share it out.
Yeah, there it is.
Here we go. Melissa ready?
Oops. I swear I was trying to zoom in and not spin the monster around.
It's okay, it's okay. I know the temptation is real anyway. Awesome. Okay, so in that case, I'll just say you guys can jump in, or I'll just figure out whatever.
I think. Go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I think we were still in initiative at this point.
Yeah, we didn't have anyone roll. It was sort of a turn, but I was letting everyone kind of pick who wanted to go first in that turn for the most part. I think there's no initiative numbers in the combat trackers, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Emil just had this vision, right? And I think Emil is starting to wonder whether or not Neamfoodle is on the side of good or on the side of, not good. So, but I don't know. I'm not in the room with Neamfoodle, but I'd probably like to be so I can shake him and ask him some questions.
Okay. Well, we'll say it's a top of a whole new round, so you've got movement to the smoke monster. Poof. I'm just going to move it over here, but it's essentially disappeared. I'm tired of putting it back on the thing. Poof.
Dan, was a ward on the base of the statue or underneath? The statue?
Just beneath it.
Steph is ready again.
Oh, okay, thanks. As you look at it, Felix, you can see that it's a moderately heavy statue. It's an avatar of Bahamut. It looks like a dragonborn of some import. And it does look like you might be able to pivot it off. There's a couple little pegs you could probably snap or break and pivot it off its gently if you wanted to try something like that.
Sure, I'll dip Bahamut like a dance partner.
Nice. All right, make a strength check just to see how much you
Sounds
get
good.
there.
I'm right there. Do you want help? I'm not very strong, but do you want help?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Would that be enough for advantage, Dan?
Yes, absolutely.
Do I need a roll to give him that or not?
No, he just gets it if you're helping. Why is this not...
Oh my gosh.
Oh my stars
I'm
and stripes.
so weak. I'm sorry.
Wow.
To all of future Felix's dance partners, don't let him. Yep. Not good.
I swear I'm better when I've had a few drinks.
Nice.
Yikes. Double threes, huh? What a way to start the night.
Oh, we can only go up from here, right?
You can only go up from here. Yeah.
Well, it could go down to a 1. So.
This is true, yeah.
Thanks, Beth. Thanks.
That's all right. Keep it real.
Awesome. Let's see. What's your actual strength modifier, Felix? I mean, your strength score. What's your strength score?
Let's say 15? Yeah, 15 plus 2.
Okay. And 5 was your total. So 60 pounds. Yeah, you push it hard enough to snap some of the pegs that were holding it in place, but it just wasn't quite as much as you were anticipating. So it kind of hits that point where it's sort of going to tip and rocks back, but it should be much easier next time because a lot of the pegs are broken.
Okay, seeing that these pegs are broken, can I try to break a few of them and then we can try to push it over?
Yeah, if you want to take your turn to there, you see 2 more on the far side, which are probably the most important ones to snap, and they're pretty small.
Okay,
I'll
I'm
lead
gonna
into
do
the
that.
hallway and yell for help.
I'm gonna do that while he does that, and also keep an eye on the ghost to keep him in sight because I don't know, he could run.
Neat.
Do
All
you
right.
want me to make a roll for that?
No, it's just the pegs, and it's your action. So you go over and you snap them fairly easily, since they're the only 2 left, and you're free to wiggle or push the statue should or dip it. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So for everyone else that's out in the hallway, you see and hear Felix step out and call for help through the doorway, or at least call through the doorway.
Okay, I think maybe Emil is just going to disengage from the smoke monster if he's still there, run into the room, and kind of shout in a bewildering, as though everybody knows what he's talking about. Namfoodle, are you working for the Lich?
Okay. Go ahead and move your character if you don't mind. That way I'll just keep an eye on it.
And then I'll watch Namfoodle's reaction to see if he's upset or whatever.
Okay. Just to have it on the table, go ahead and make an insight check.
Not great, but higher than both of Felix's rolls put together.
That's awesome.
Take what you can get, right?
Namfoodle, you see ever so quickly a flash of nervousness and confusion on his face. Like, Lich? What? Like, just for an instant. Yep.
Can we share the map to the stream?
Oh, that's a very good idea. Let's get that up. Thank you. There we go. Okay.
Okay, I guess seeing that, I'll shout. Are we breaking the seals to keep the evil out or to let it in?
No, it's here. We're just. I can't get out. This has been a nightmare. This thing's been chasing me around. It's chasing you around. It's already here.
What exactly is this thing?
I really don't know. I was pulled back. I was at peace. I was transitioning to whatever's next for me, and I was drawn back into this hellish nightmare.
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, you can both make an insight if you want.
Okay, because he's been dead for like hundreds of years. I don't think it takes that long.
Yeah, he's been alive for a while. It wasn't like in the past month, but okay, let's see.
Guess what? I'm weakening again.
He seems to be being truthful about being pulled back from, wherever he was headed. And Emil, if you want to, you can roll a fresh insight since it's a new topic. Don't have to, but if you want to. Okay. Emil, you feel like he's telling a truth. Like it's maybe not the whole story. And maybe not even his. But that there's some truth to it. And perhaps some not. You're not very convinced.
I don't think we're going to break another seal until we understand what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any answers. You can't.
And you know what? Emil's going to pull his rapier when he says that.
Okay. Well, look, there's no need to. Why do you need your weapons out? I mean, okay, Ryland's probably coming around. Bring it back here. Oh yeah, and Kaylin and Astrid are here. I'll pause quickly and just say that if Astrid and Kaylin, if you guys have a response that you want to do to Felix, yelling for help, we'll say that you can do that, and then we'll start at the top of the next.
Are we supposed to be seeing a map or anything in Fantasy Ground? Because I'm not.
Yeah, let me share it out again. Hang on a sec.
Okay. Because I think maybe my computer crashed. There we go. Okay.
Neat.
Got it. Okay, cool. So, and let's see. Felix's where?
Just below the statue, bottom left of the statue there. I'm actually just going to scooch him right here.
Okay. So he's yelling for help in a room?
He came into the doorway and yelled for help. You're down, in a mud room, basically, where you entered the keep.
Okay. Well, I would like to run towards everyone else.
Okay. Yep, you can just make it inside the room there.
Okay. All right. So.
Can I?
You could be like right here.
Okay. Move me closer.
Can I also run into the room?
Oh, yeah, you can probably run circles around it with your speed.
I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
Out of character, I just realized that I've conveniently collected everybody for the ghost monster thing to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, you have.
Good
Just
job.
kidding.
Who are you working for, Ed? Who are you working for, huh?
Good job.
Plot twist.
I'm the smoke monster.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the smoke monster now.
That's great. So as you guys run in, you see Emil is drawing his rapier, looking intently in the direction of Namfoodle. I'm not going to move M because I don't want to do that and put her in a tough position against her.
If I see Emil with his pulling out the rapier, then I'll pull out my sword as well, instinctively. Because he's a very measured guy, and if he's pulling out his sword, something's gone wrong.
Okay. So we're sort of at the top of this round, and so Namfoodle, in reaction to that, Emil is sort of looking at you like, I want to get out of here. I mean, what can I answer for you? I'll tell you whatever I can. I'll do whatever I can. I can't spend another tortured day here.
Tell me why, rather than... Okay, just let me clarify. The visions last week were coming. I thought were coming from the smoke monster, right? They were when the smoke monster touched me.
Yes. Yep. They were from contact with the smoke monster. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say to Namfoodle is, tell me why this monster you're afraid of is showing me visions of you being pulled back to life by an evil lich, rather than actually attacking me.
I don't know.
This is a house of good people, and they put the words here for a reason.
This was us. I helped set these wards up in life. But
Are you still that person?
I think so. I feel like my memory is fuzzy about what happened and when I was pulled back. I remember it was against my will. And I've been chased by this creature, hiding most of my time since I've been back. I don't know.
Sorry to butt in. Do we know how long he's been back?
Council person Shuffletrot didn't exactly say how long he passed away, but it wasn't too awful long ago. They can live up to like 500 years or so, and he passed away a little bit young for him, but still, just recently. I'd say within maybe the past half a year or so.
Okay.
Is there something in your head right now, Beth?
No, not at all. Definitely not singing it in my head at all right now. Oh, I missed you guys last week.
Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm asking a lot of questions. So what is Ed yelling help for? Is he being attacked? Or not Ed, Felix, sorry.
You can ask, like in character if you want. You can be like, what up, Felix?
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of people in the room with you. Okay, I'm sorry. I just missed, like, what was happening. So,
you wouldn't know. Yeah.
So we've all kind of ran in here to see what is wrong, right?
Mm.
I think Felix's dance moves were so bad he called for help, but he seems to have frozen on the feed, so he can't actually explain to us how bad his dance moves were.
So so none of us know so what are we seeing in this room that we're in?
As you ran in, you saw this seemed to be a place of worship at one point. Things aren't too run down here in this keep, but clearly it's been at least, about a half a year at least since anyone's been in here to clean. There's some pews in here. The statue at the front of this room is a dragonborn. That's all I think that you know. You can roll a history check to see if you know what someone else gleaned a little more from it.
Yeah, if I can do that, that'd be excellent. Just to see. I don't know if I recognize something in the room.
I mean, yeah, you can do. I mean, the room's pretty empty. You can do a history check to see if you know who recognized a dragonborn. Otherwise, you see Emil pulling his rapier out. Yeah. Towards a ghostly figure of a gnome in the top corner there.
Can I do an Arcana check and see if there's something magical? Well, no, okay. All right, I'll do a history check on the statue and just see if I can glean anything from it. Because I'm kind of standing useless. Okay.
Nice. Okay. You can't recall the specific name, but this was an avatar of Bahamut. Bahamut is the platinum dragon, one of the gods, the good aligned god of dragons. You suspect that perhaps there was a dragonborn that resided in the keep and likely was a cleric or someone that worshipped Bahamut to have something like this in here.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, there's really nothing. Okay. All right.
Oop, I think I might. Ed's back. Yay, welcome back, Ed. Okay.
I can't see
I'm just going to stand there and just wait to see what.
Oh, no.
Like what, well, maybe, I'll just ask, like, well, what's going on? Like, what, look around at everyone. What are we doing here?
Can you guys hear Ed? He's back and he can't hear you guys.
No.
Do you want to hang up and I'll call you, Ed?
Sure. I'm looking at the network statistics, and you and I are coming through fine, but I'm not getting any connection to anyone else. So I'll hang up.
Okay. All right. Call you right back.
Right.
Oops. All right. Give me the old call back.
Dan, since I ran in, how much of the conversation did I hear with Emil and Namfuru?
Okay. You heard everything after. Let's see. Once Emil asked the what did you ask Emil about the not the initial question, but the most recent one?
The first question I think was about a lich, but I think the second one was just about, are we keeping something out or are we letting something in?
That's what it was. Yeah. So you heard that from there on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'll just I'll say, my friend asked you a question. Answer him.
Well, like I said, things are really fuzzy. I remember being pulled back here, and I don't know. When you said lich, I got a shiver down. Well, what used to be my spine.
No.
I don't know. I know that thing is evil.
I really want to call this guy spineless, but I'm not gonna.
And at that point, I need everyone. Oh yeah, he's just gonna. Whoop. So I think that's everybody within. Well, it's pretty smart, so he's probably going to come up on the four of you. So I guess Ormia, Felix, Kaylin, and Emil, if you four can make first a dexterity. Well, actually, you know what? Emil, you don't have anywhere to go.
Is he standing on top of me? Am I crouched?
No, there's a corner.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think. I think, and even Ormia could jump. So everyone roll a dexterity saving throw, but I'm going to say Ormia and Emil, I'll have you two do it at disadvantage just because you're really close quarters. You guys are sort of blocked in. Oh,
What am I
Ormia's
doing
not
at
here.
disadvantage?
Welcome back. Perfect timing. A dexterity saving throw. Oh, Emil.
Ooh.
Dexterity save at disadvantage. Well, I'm actually good at these, but here comes the one. Oh. I rolled a 17.
Oh. All right. So, Emil and Ormia, if you can each roll just a d6 off the bottom of the thing. Okay, 3 apiece. Let me just mark that off here. And then hiccup. All right. All right. So, Ormia, you're feeling a little bit weakened. In total, you've taken 5 hit points. You have a wound of 5.
That's a quarter of my health.
Yeah. Emil, you're really, starting to feel some of your energy sapped. You've taken 14 in total. Just to, keep you updated with where you're at. So, Ormia and Emil, if you two would now roll a wisdom saving throw, please. As the ghost, this smoky monster with a large round mouth with the jagged teeth, pulls itself up. It just runs its hands right through your bodies as it starts towering over you.
Melissa's ready, Dan.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Dan, I also rolled a 9. I was just looking at the numbers.
Oh, you did? Let me go
Yep.
back here. Oh, yeah, I missed that entirely. Okay, yeah, so roll a d6 if you would, please, Felix. Let me get...
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, of course I've got it covered because... Oh, okay, all right. So, Felix. Oh, yeah, you don't have to worry as much, but you do have... Don't you close on me, Fantasy Grounds. I'll feed you a knuckle sandwich. Okay, there we go.
Not the knuckle sandwich.
Yeah. Hey, Melissa. Actually, it's not picking up your camera. That's weird.
Yeah, oh, great.
Take your time at all.
Yeah, let me figure this out.
Okay.
Because I think the kids were playing on my computer earlier today, so...
Okay. All right. Well, let me know, or if you all can let me know when her camera pops in, or if you need to call back, Melissa, that's fine too. Just give me a heads up, and I'll get you squared away.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that means... Oh, poor Felix. All right, so if you can roll a wisdom saving throw as well, Felix. Ormia and Emil, you feel, this smoke monster pass through you, and you feel some of your energy being sapped. You feel thoughts being pushed into your minds, but you're both able to shake it off. Even Ormia just barely manages to push the thoughts back out of your mind.
Oh, good.
Felix, not so much. So, Felix, I'm actually going to send you a whisper on what she's saying.
Oh.
And, okay. Where art thou, Ed? There we go. Okay, so formatting is going to be garbagey, but I can't take too much time.
Sure, no problem.
It's in bullet point in the document, so Facebook's going to chew that up and spit it out.
Oh. Like a notepad document. Just really fast.
I don't know if I want to add that part. I'll think about it. Just remove that part for now. Okay, so mind you, you don't really have any context for anything that's happened before, is only Emil's seen the first 2 visions. But that's what the thoughts that are pushed down into your mind. You find yourself in the body of Namfoodle, and you experience that. The monster, looks weakened. At this point, for the rest of you, you see it turn, and behind it, its arm, as they ran up through Ormia and Emil, it draws an arm back into the center of its body, and then out its back where its shoulder blade would be, without turning its creepy face, just puts it over through through Felix's face, like in his mouth and nose, and he surrounds his face, and you see him, have a normal reaction to that. Cough and a gag and a little bit of pain, a wince, and you see him sort of just go blank for a few moments, and then Felix, you snap back into the moment, feeling a little bit weakened, but not too much. The monster seems to almost start decreasing in size. About 2/3 of what it was a moment ago.
Has anyone tried hitting the monster yet?
Yes.
I think somebody did, and it passed right through.
Okay.
Yeah.
The monster shifts through the wall. Not outside like that, but just... Okay. I'm out! Yeah.
Cool.
The monster is checking on his petunias in the garden.
Yeah.
Felix, what did you see?
A strange vision. Did you have something similar?
I did. I saw an Namfoodle in death and a lich. And more I don't understand.
I'm going to look at the ghost.
We have to break these things. We have to get out of here. This thing is going to kill all of you, and then you're going to be trapped here just like me, or worse.
Felix, what did you see?
I saw a room with mirrors. I'm not quite sure what that means.
I guess there's no mage, no particularly arcane person here that I would turn to to ask, but does anybody understand the magic of this?
Are you proficient with Arcana, Kaylin?
I am. Can I roll an Arcana check?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I wanted to say, could Rhinewin roll a religion check to see if this is a spiritual sort of thing?
Yeah. See if it lines up with anything you've ever...
Thank you.
Nice.
Oh.
Felix, what was reflected in the mirrors?
It's hard to say, but it seemed like it was a reflection of Namfoodle.
I look back at the ghost and I just kind of step closer to him.
I got a 19 on my
19,
Arcana
okay.
check, Dan.
I'm sorry.
The room was so quiet for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
That's my multitasking fail. I was just trying to check on cameras and other things. So let's see. Magic. I mean, there's a lot of magic in this place. You rolled a 19. You're actually having a hard time pinpointing any particular source of magic. You definitely sense magic from the ward beneath the statue near you. This entire forest, since you walked in here, has just been exuding magic and life force overwhelmingly. Here, you feel it very strong, especially back out towards the area behind the keep where Mia was running to earlier. Inside the keep, aside from the wards, you don't sense any other magic. The ghostly form seems to be supernatural type thing. You don't really isn't much magic from it, I guess. It's not anything magic related aside from the wards, which you do sense as protection wards.
Dan, can you call Melissa again?
Oh, yep, thanks.
Has the smoke monster been noticeably targeting one person or just coming in when there's a group of us?
It's just been going after groups, especially when folks are clumped together. Hey, welcome back, Melissa.
Yay! It worked.
So
happy.
I meant to inside check Namfoodle when he said this thing will kill you all.
Okay.
It'll keep you here.
Oh,
meant
I
to do
can't
that.
see me on the stream.
Oh, it's gonna pop up in just a sec.
I
Okay.
insight so well.
And it's gonna be Beth instead. Surprise! Oh, let me fix that.
when are me and Kaylin are done, I have something.
Oh,
but
hey,
go
there's
ahead.
another Beth.
Okay. All right. Where was
Oh, and
our?
another stream. Oh, there I am.
A 9. Okay.
I'll pass on the information that I obtained from the Arcana check to the other people in the group.
Okay.
So that way they know.
All right.
It's helpful.
And Ormia, it's tough. It's really the more you seem to talk to Namfoodle, the harder it is to kind of gauge. It seems like he's being truthful, but there is a lot going on around you too. So.
Okay. So Emil has his hand in his pocket, and he's got dice in his pocket because, of course, he does, and he's kind of been playing with them and looking thoughtful.
Okay.
He's gonna take a single die out, throw it on the floor, look at it, kind of nod to himself, and then turn away from Namfoodle towards wherever the smoke monster disappeared, whether it's down or through a wall, and say, "Unquiet spirit, whoever you are, please show me the rest of the story."
Okay.
And I am willing for the smoke monster to come at me.
Nice. All right. Are you walking out in the hallway? Go ahead and move your token wherever you.
Yeah, if it went up in the hall, then that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah, kind of past that bottom left-hand corner, so probably out towards the entrance.
Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I need a map.
Oh, I thought your question was going to be, is Emil being stupid? And the answer is very possibly.
Awesome.
But I guess, yeah.
There, we did it show for you now, Melissa?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so as Emil does that, is anything anyone in the room wants to do?
I think that
Aw, did I miss it?
I think I at least want to go out into, like, maybe not go out to where he is approaching because you said that he's approaching the creature by the entrance, so I at least want to see him walk out and just kind of stand close to the door.
Okay.
Just to make sure, just in case the spirit tries to attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna replace the pins in the statue.
Okay. Well, they're just snapped off. The rest of them still in the floor.
Well, I took out a couple of them, and I'm putting those ones back.
Oh, well, they had to be smashed. They.
Never mind, I don't do that.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. In that case, unless anyone else in the room has anything they want to do,
How did Namfoodle react to Emil saying what he said?
you can make your own insight check if you like.
Cool. Yes, please.
Can I do that too? Just because I'm watching Namfoodle the whole time. So.
Gotcha. I think she's rolling insight on the same thing that you did, though, isn't she?
No, I was rolling to see if he was telling the
Truthful
truth about if this thing would capture us and keep us here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Astrid. What were you asking for then? I want to make sure.
I just want to see what his reaction was to what Emil said.
Oh, okay.
Monster of him going out.
Okay, you got 17. Okay. Looks a little nervous. Like.
You're blurry.
We have. Thanks. The password. We try and get. Okay, there we go. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. He looks a little nervous, sort of looking at like we need to hurry, please. Keeps glancing out as Emil leaves the room.
I follow Emil out and stand about there.
Do I have a chance to use a maneuver from my class?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I like to use rally to give Emil temporary hit points.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know how much this can hurt.
All right.
It has hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would Rhinewind heal him at all?
So.
She'd probably see.
Felix, what does your rally look like? Do you just like
Oh dang!
like
Emil,
say or
what
do
the
something,
heck
or?
did you do?
Yeah, I just pump you up.
Okay.
He goes, guess who's back? Back again.
It transitioned in my mind to "It's gonna be May." That's what I've been hearing in my head regularly. All right, let me just check healing word to see if this is 60 feet. Okay, so she probably tossed a healing word at least at Emil, who's been looking pretty hurt.
Because I think she'd do that, especially once he's like, come get me, ghost. So be like, oh, you look hurt. This isn't a good thing.
Neat. And Felix, did you roll? Did we put it in? Can you just target him and do that, or do you need to roll?
I don't think we put it in after the reset.
Okay.
But it's going to be a D8 plus something. 2, I think. Let me just double check.
Well, yep. And you can add that in your character sheet's temp hit points if you want, Emil. 1 plus whatever he gets to add.
1 plus your fighter level, I think it is.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so 4 in total, 10 hit points.
Got it.
Good. Okay, so...
Yeah, so Emil steps... he does this, but he's obviously like trying to steal himself, and I guess the teammates kind of react as he's doing it, and he kind of calms himself and steps more confidently forward than he had started to.
Okay. Ormia and Felix, the ghost of Namfoodle disappears. Emil, he appears in front, standing in the doorway, almost blocking your path. It's too dangerous. Where are you going? You can't go after the monster.
I don't think my rapier is going to do anything, so I'm just going to hold my rapier up and walk through him.
Okay. You pass through him, and just as you do, he once again apparates in front of you, just in front of the door to the exit. Please, I don't want to see anyone else get hurt, he says as... through the barrels off to the side here. I'm just going to scooch in just one more pane. The smoke monster comes up through the floor. he has his attention, or it has its attention towards you first, Emil. And it doesn't rake through you, but instead sort of holds out an arm of smoke in front of you, offering it up, essentially.
As in, I could take its hand?
Yeah, like you could rest, hand on it or pass through. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and take its hand or make contact with it in some meaningful and slightly dangerous way.
All right, go ahead and roll the d6, if you would. Right, okay. So that just tickles the temp hit points you have currently. Not bad at all. And you feel these thoughts pushing through to you, and you just let them come through. And here is essentially what you see. Once again, as these thoughts push through, you're pushed into a different time and space altogether. Your eyes open with fear fresh in your mind. The same fear you had as that chain wrapped around you in the last vision. You look around, you feel as though you are once again Namfoodle, but you have no form. No arms, no legs. You can't speak. You attempt to, but the only sound that you hear is this terrible shriek instead of the words you're trying to form. You sort of turn your consciousness to the side. You're able to pivot and look around you. And you see beside you that same warped humanoid that was pulled out of the river of death there. It's now twisting in on itself, compacting in a size that it shouldn't be able to condense down to. Still alive, still in a lot of pain, and you hear it, bones breaking and the body twisting and reforming into this new shape, about half the size that it initially was. And you realize that its form is you. You see Namfoodle before you. It stands in Namfoodle's form and walks across the room. It tries to remove one of the seals that you're familiar with. Although the location of this particular room you don't recognize. It's at the end of a long hallway on a very, very secure door. And as it tries to scratch through this ward, energy from the ward blasts it and zaps it back down the hallway. And you can feel almost a bit of relief and almost wanting to laugh at this creature, like, take that, for whatever all you've done here. The creature stands back up, walks back across the room, and takes its other hand and slices down its palm and down its forearm, blood squirting out at an incredible pace, splashing all over the seal on the door. And you can feel the energy and the power of these runes begin to change. It turns outward and then turns inward as well. So not only preventing unwanted creatures from entering the keep, as it had initially been designed to do, but also locking you in. It's only then, having experienced all three visions, that you feel, as Namfoodle, you grasp why this creature took your form. And that is to fool unsuspecting people into removing the seals for it. You have a twisting pain at your core, and as you try and speak again, this terrible shriek comes out. and you start to take some form as billowing black smoke. And then it clicks, this shrieking sound, as you're being drawn back into your own body, is the same shrieking sound that this smoke monster's been making.
Making it very clear, I guess, that the Lich looks like Namfoodle. Please, Neviclate, do not be playing the drinking game, and that Namfoodle is a smoke monster.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
watching
sure.
chat, like, I'm a little worried.
We have a drinking game?
The Namfoodle drinking game is a problem.
You do get the sense that this creature... the Lich had a very strong, intense energy about it that this creature doesn't have. This creature was dragged out of the river by the Lich,
Right.
so you feel like maybe it's a separate entity.
But it's not Namfoodle. Okay.
Correct. You feel that the smoke monster is Namfoodle. Is what you realize through Namfoodle's eyes at the end.
Is this Lich? Oh, you know what? It's not me. I can't ask this. Never mind.
As you're pulled back into your own body and consciousness, and you realize this, you see that the smoke monster is now down to about half of its original size, and it turns its attention towards this Namfoodle ghost, and it's been hovering to give the appearance of something humanoid-esque. But now it, from its base, releases all its energy and tries to siphon into this Namfoodle ghost, who's shocked and seems to be taking a little bit of damage or pain from whatever the smoke monster is doing. The smoke monster just, again, goes into all its orifices. You see it just into the nostrils, the ears, around the eyes, and down his throat. Before completely depleting itself into this creature. The Namfoodle ghost rubs his face for a moment and has blood trickling out of his nose. And looks scared. Like, genuinely scared.
Bleed? What is this?
And looks at you, and then the stairs next to you, and then starts to attempts to make a mad dash for the stairs next to you.
The stairs down?
The stairs are up.
Oh, that's right. I confused this last time too.
Do we have line of sight?
Can I
of
trip
this
him? Where's he at?
Well, he's down by the...
he's
currently,
over
it's just
there.
Emil.
Is he? Oh, let's see here. We can't touch him, right? We can't have physical contact.
You
with
haven't
him?
been able to before,
Okay.
but he's bleeding now. Although it's just Astrid and Ormia and Emil that have seen what's happened, and because Emil's in the doorway and Namfoodle's not
true.
behind him.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's...
I think Astrid would just sort of shout, Emil, what should we do? Because this has happened to you.
I will... The first thing I'm going to shout is, stop breaking the seals.
It echoes off the stone of the building.
Yeah.
As for him trying to run up the stairs, I don't immediately know what to do, so I think I would let him pass and race after him.
Okay.
As soon as he starts to run, I'm gonna run after him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
Like, there's a bleeding ghost. This isn't right. I'm gonna run after him, cause like the smoke monster is gone. So it's like I don't know. Just like
I'm gonna run after him, but I'm gonna sheath my rapier. I'm gonna put my weapon away, which should hopefully tell my teammates that this isn't a murderous chase.
Okay. All right. So you do that as he darts past you. And now you hear footfalls as he's running. He's no longer ghosting away. Trying
Would I
to...
be able to catch up with him down with my speed?
5, 10, 15... Oh, yeah. You know what? Because he's only got 25. Well, I guess he's got 30 because fleet of foot.
Go.
But you've got what? 40?
45.
45. Yeah, so you'll end up exactly one square behind him. Let me just zoom out of the map here and put him upstairs where he would be. All right.
Seeing the ghost run, I'm actually going to run up the stairs around the tree.
Okay.
Try to cut him off.
5.
I cheer Astra to run as she starts running. Go.
Is that what dwarves do in foot races? Is they cheer other people?
Yes.
You got
Dwarves are
this.
sprinters.
especially bookish dwarves. Yes. Yes.
Neat. All right, Ormia, go ahead and use your movement speed to move the stairs themselves. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, or 20 feet of movement to get up to the next level.
I think I'm there. This is 1.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah. And I dashed.
Yeah.
As my action.
Oh, okay. Then you have 5, 10, another 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces you can move, Ormia, if you dashed.
Okay.
And Astrid, you can actually be one space in front of him technically, because he had to run 2 squares to get to the stairs, which I had initially forgot about.
Cool. So, can I try one of my open hand techniques?
Let me do this. Let me have everybody roll initiative, if you would.
Everyone?
Just so I can, or everyone that's about to engage.
Oh.
It might as well roll initiative. Rolled a 2. Oh, Nam. or pseudo-Nam. Okay.
Every time I hear his name, all I just think it would be an amazing name to call a poodle that.
Nam Poodle. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay.
Wow, some high initiative, guys.
If I roll 20 times, I'm bound to get a high number, right?
Exactly.
Not always.
Nice.
Um,
Go ahead and roll initiative for me if you would,
initiative.
and I'll roll
there it
for
is.
Roman. Wow.
This is the only character I've ever had high initiative on.
Whoa.
High initiative and low rolls. I don't understand.
Nice. Well, he's at the very bottom because he got 2. So, let's see who's now. I'm gonna go in order, so when it comes to you, Astrid, you'll be able to use whatever you want because it'll be an actual turn. Emil, you're first. So if you want to do your movement and whatever else you want to do.
Oh, I forgot to do the thing.
Oh, what's that, Em?
Just give me a second. You'll know.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. I've got to look and see who wins.
I think it's still Kaylin. Was it like 699?
699.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah. All right. So she stabs a young man like nice, Nevik. Okay. Or you know. All right. So you let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yep. Perfect. So you're right behind him, Emil, at the end of your standard movement.
Damn Foodle, what are you doing? Is all I can think to say.
I have to do this. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know. It's been centuries, and I. This is my way out, and this is my payoff. She's going to reward me. She's coming back one way or another, and I need to make sure that I do my job. I'm not going back where I came from. Out of my way.
Well, that's not acceptable. So, what have I got for weapons here? I would like to try and grapple. I bet I'm really good at this.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check. Oh, I feel like I'll wait and see what you get.
I really want to acrobatically grapple him.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to work for me.
He got a 20 just to extra set that in. It's almost like a Three Stooges thing where you're like, get over here, yuck, 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 and he kind of just ducks and completely whiffs, and he starts to do a barrel roll to get out of the way. Head over heels roll. That's great.
I take it all back about Felix's dancing. Felix's dancing is just fun.
Awesome. It's come full circle.
Yeah.
Do you have any bonus actions that you can use or you want to use? Let me put it on your actual turn. That way you can bump it down.
Yeah. My rogue bonuses are disengage, sneak, and something else that doesn't seem helpful here. No, I think I'm
dash, hide, or disengage.
Okay. Well, if that ends your turn, I guess if you all don't mind putting up the combat tracker, if you don't have it, thanks, Emil. Up that way you can keep track of your health and what's happening. All right, so Ormia, that's you next. And you're in the hallway. You heard this conversation.
Oh, no, turn. Okay. Get in the square. Okay. I'm going to kind of run around the corner and see this. And I'm just going to shout, get him, Astrid! And I'm going to give you an inspiration die.
Hey.
So you have a d6.
Ooh, neat.
Awesome. Thank you.
And then I'm going to... Actually, no, I'm going to... Let's see. Crap, how far did I move? Did I move 3 squares already? 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to come over here to kind of like cut him off.
Okay.
So I'm going to run over there while I'm shouting at Astrid. And I'm going to hold my action, and I'm going to hold an attack.
Oh, okay. For what circumstance? Like when will you
if
attack?
Namfoodle tries to run.
Oh, okay.
And I'm actually going to hold a swagger move. I'm going to hold a cheap shot.
Okay.
A foot stomp. So
neat.
If he tries to run, I'm going to try to stop him. Okay.
Very good. He sees you run by. You can see he's a little bit hurt now, much more corporeal than beforehand. Not entirely, but very much more. You also see the blood has like a black color to it. All right. Anything else for your turn, Ormia?
That's let's see. Bonus action, held action. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's it.
All right. Go ahead and bump it down, if you would, on the combat tracker. Em, you are up next. You just made it up the tower by the train. And you kind of hear all this down around the hallway there.
Yay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really all that close. Where's he running to?
He just ran in
right
through
there.
that door. Yeah, so sort of towards you and the crew.
Okay. Which direction is he gonna go? Is he gonna go left or right? Like, is he gonna come towards me or more towards where Ormia is?
You're not really sure. So far, he's just made it in the doorway. As you came around the corner, you saw Emil go for a grab, and he just sort of ducked out of the way. And you see Ormia. Well, I guess you don't really see Ormia, but that's all you've seen, really. You're not sure which way he's gonna go.
Surround him.
Is there a way? I want to see if I can, because I have no idea where he's going. I want to see if I would be able to kind of toss a dagger or something down the hallway a bit.
Okay.
And see if he's going in that direction, that might trip him up or something.
You could do if you want to attack, you could do an attack with disadvantage because he's got about half cover from the corner.
Yeah.
If you just want to throw a dagger as a warrant to keep him from going this way.
Yeah, I don't want to do damage. I just want to be like, here, let's toss this thing and try to trip something up.
Neat. Just roll an attack. You don't have to target anything. Just roll an attack to, see how accurately it goes down the hallway. Just in case. You round the corner. You see that from sort of around the corner. You hear a little of the conversation going on.
Where is it?
Should be at the top of the actions tab. And oops, wrong thing. This one, actions tab at the top. So where it says dagger with the little person throwing a javelin, just grab the die next to +4 and roll that in chat. Ooh, nice. Okay.
Oh.
So that's you chuck a dagger down the hall, and it flies right down the hall and gets stuck in the wall at the other end, tink, into the stone.
So graceful.
Mm-hmm. And scary for someone considering running down that way.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You know what? Roll an intimidation checks just to see how much of an impact it'll have.
Oh gosh.
That
That's
was
good.
almost a 17.
It's still scary. It's still a dagger flying down the hall, and he's definitely going to take that into account. Okay. Anything else for
I'm
Em's
good.
turn? Okay. All right, Kaylin, you're up. What you up to?
Well, I am a little far away to begin with. So, I mean, let's see, 1, 2. I mean, I can maybe, make it to the top of the steps?
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. 1, 2. Yeah, you can make it in the stairwell upstairs. Yeah.
Okay, I at least want to run there, and then I guess it's about all that I know to do. That I have. So I will pass it along.
Okay. And that's Ryan went. Okay, she's going to do the same 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So she's trying to go up. Yeah, I think she just kind of follows suit in a stairwell. You know what? She'd probably dash 5, 10, which you can do as well, Kaylin. 15, 20, 25, 30. If you want, and since you can't use an attack action, you can use your action to dash, which means you get to use another 25 feet. You just won't have an action to do anything else.
Oh, wow. Okay.
1,
yes.
2, 3. So that would get you in any of the spots next to, like, Astrid. Except further up the hallway. Don't have to, either.
He is in the doorway, so I at least want to maybe move a little bit farther into the room. I won't go through the doorway because I think he's right there, isn't he? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'll just stay there.
Okay.
Ready.
Neat. All right. Anything else for your turn? I guess not, right? Because that was already done. So Ryan went over to Astrid. Woo! You okay, Astrid? You're up.
I would like to try and knock him prone with one of my open hand techniques.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Is that how I target him? Yeah, target.
Mm-hmm.
And then is it, I can't remember, do I do cast or attack on the little...
Let's see, is it a saving throw that he has to do?
Yeah.
Oh, I see, not prone. So if we open it up, you can drag the save button. I mean, you don't have to. You can just click the save button because you have him targeted.
Okay.
You don't have him targeted, actually.
Oh, don't it? Is it control click?
Control click, yep. Oh, right. I'm sorry, but you can't in the token. That's fine. 12. And what does he have to need to succeed? It is a DC of 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so he just barely... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's dexterity. So he's got a negative. Yep, so you, in fact, use your open hand technique, and you strike him just, let's see, to knock him prone. Upward strike in the nose, and you just knock him back on his butt. Prone in the doorway there currently.
Cool. And I just want to then just stand with my sword out and just kind of like point it at his throat, but not like super close, but like in a threatening manner.
Okay. He's looking pretty, nervous and scared and looking about at everyone. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn or say? Or?
No, because I'm still not 100% sure who this dude is. So that's Emil ran after him. So that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Go ahead. When you're all set, go ahead and bump.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And if everyone can make a perception check, Felix included. Peace.
Perception.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm saving the day here. I saw the ones roll. Like,
hey, Armia, come join the rest of us on the terrible dice couch over here.
Are you kidding? I own it.
Felix and I saved you a spot today.
What are you talking about? I'm the one letting you guys on the terrible couch. I have a spot like Will Wheaton does in Tabletop is reserved for Mia.
Nice. Awesome. Go ahead, Felix, if you don't mind. I guess I should roll here for...
Oops, sorry, that was a perception check?
Just a perception check, yep.
Nice.
Oh, hey, finally.
Oh, nice. Okay, all right, and Ryman didn't do too bad. All right, so Em and Felix and Astrid, you just met the mark. You feel a tremor. Astrid just a little bit. Em and Felix, you definitely feel a stronger tremor throughout the keep. Felix, as you're right next to this statue, you hear as well like a sizzling, crackling, popping sound from beneath the statue. And then it pops. And the bottom part of the statue pops up about half a foot as it topples over. The rune beneath it looks like it's been... It almost looks like a scratch mark across it.
That's disturbing.
Since you've actually had some dealings with runes and protective runes, you know that the fewer there are, the weaker they get. The overall warding. And you... Yeah, it is a little concerning. Anyway, it's your turn, Felix, so take it away.
I'm going to dash upstairs. I think I have enough movement to do that. And let everybody know that, guys, the rune on the bottom of the statue is gone. It's been scratched out.
Okay.
You can actually move on either side of Namfoodle. You have enough movement to get just on left or right of Namfoodle if you want to, with a dash.
I think that's fine.
Okay. All right, yeah, go ahead and when you're all set, move your token wherever you want it to end up, if you would.
Did it not? Having some connection issues to.
Oh, okay. I'll give it a minute and.
Okay.
I'll actually just move it up. Did you have? I put it to left of Namfoodle. Is that where you wanted it, or?
Sure. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Zoom in a little bit here. So for the rest of you, you all see this Namfoodle semi-corporeal ghost creature prone, bleeding this black mucusy blood. And you hear Felix as he runs around up the stairs, round the corner, and into the room, just shouting to everyone, "The rune below the statue's broken!" You all feel a tremor now. Slightly stronger than the one beforehand. And that's where we'll take our bio break.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yay! All right. So, for those that may be new, we take a 5 to 8 minute bio break, and we'll continue streaming. We'll have some fun, silly stuff up, and then we'll be back in like 5 8 minutes. So catch you soon.
I have advantage on dexterity checks. Dexterity saves.
Oh no!
Because I had my rapier out.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I am not used to this yet.
Right, it's a whole new setup. You're basically starting the class because we really revamped it there.
We completely redid it.
Before we start next stream, I will take a look at it just before we start, just so I can try and keep that stuff in mind too, to help out, so you don't get totally.
Well, no. I should know my class abilities, so that's my own thing. Just like, oh, okay, that's a thing.
It's good. It's a bummer, it wasn't until break.
And I still saved anyways, but it's like, oh, Jack, that's a thing.
Kara says, I thought I had another picture for this. Oh well, that's fine. Well, I wasn't going to make coffee, but I saw that I forgot that we got this peppermint coffee. I like flavored coffees, but only like hazelnut and French vanilla. Because I don't like artificial tasting things, so I get a couple that actually are made with some of the proper stuff. But peppermint one, I forgot that Rachel picked up. So we'll see. I figured I'd make it as a test. If I don't like it, then it's late enough where I can just rationalize not finishing it.
Does it taste like hot chocolate?
Yeah, it's strong. It smells like peppermint, like candy cane peppermint, pretty strong. No, that's sort of a... well, it's worth a test, I guess. I have to frequently remember that I... Ooh, nice.
I find it's kind of nice just to hang a candy cane in the side of your mug.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that would be nice. I should get that. This is like a super processed peppermint taste. Yeah. Or maybe I didn't add enough coffee cream. I'm not sure. Nice, Nevik. All right. I would just... Kaylin, cool. Thrilling stuff.
So this is really the Christmas episode, and it's Santa Claus trying to break in the mansion. And
yeah.
The thrilling climax will be that we all get a pony.
Yeah. I just wanted to deliver your gifts. Yeah.
And a lollipop.
Awesome.
That would be the best twist ever.
No one noticed a red nose on the avatar of Bahamut. The clues were there all along. Yeah. That's awesome. All right, let me zoom in on this map now that everyone's upstairs. All right, what else is going on in here? Yeah. Oh, that. All right. Oh, I'm curious to see how this all goes. Okay. Where is Kaylin in this turn of things? Okay, so I'm going to get us fired back up because Steffi isn't usually too much further behind, and we have a few more turns to go before her turn comes up. Let me just check the time. Yeah, we'll get fired back up. Okay, so we are back to, let's see, Felix. Yeah, he ran up there, and Felix just rounded the corner, ran through everyone. That rune under the avatar, the statue is broken. And then it brings us back to Emil.
Did Namfoodle have a reaction to Felix's words?
That's a good point. Yeah, he seems to be cracked a bit of a smile, not so much a snarky smile, a smile of relief, and pleased. He's pleased. I don't want to say pleasure because that'd be creepy, but he's pleased with the situation. Pleasure. Yeah, he seems to be pretty happy.
Oh boy. Okay. I don't think Emil can make heads or tails of what's going on here, so I think the very best that Emil can hope for is to try and clue his friends as to what he's seen. So, the smoke monster was named Foodle, and I don't know who or what named Foodle was, but it's whoever the Lich sent to get something from this place. I don't know if we can trust Namfoodle, but they want something from this house, and we may have just let something evil in. And was it me that had a vision of a rune at the end of the long hallway and
and Felix.
Do I recognize where that would have been?
You haven't seen that yet, no? You've been through most of the house and you haven't spotted any hallway that long. It was in the vision for both of you. I mean, it was at least as far as you could see. So at least 100 feet, 100 feet before you couldn't see any further, but the hallway seemed to continue on.
Is Felix in the same room as me? No, he's through the open door, I guess.
Oh, sorry. Good.
I'm just going to look at Felix and say we might need to find that door at the end of the hall if you saw that. And then I'm done. I don't. Emil doesn't know what else to do other than just to tell his friends.
You also both saw that there were no windows. You had the sense that this was possibly underground, or at least that there were no windows in this hallway. Just some torches along the wall every so often.
And yet, Namfoodle ran upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to say you guys are out of combat, so just because he's not prone currently, and I'm going to keep the initiative order just in case anything kicks back up. But for the time being, we'll say you're out of combat, so. What do y'all like to do after hearing that?
Can I tie him up with some rope I have? Is he like that solid yet, or no?
He is, but I don't think if you go to tie him up, he'd probably, you know what, make a grappling check. That would be an athletics check.
Okay.
With advantage because he's surrounded and he's stuck in a doorway.
Okie dokie.
Okay, he got a 3 anyway. I didn't think he was gonna win that one. You take out some of that rope, you go to grab his wrist, and he tries to pull away, and you just quickly put him in a chicken wing, and get the ropes tied around his wrist. He's now bound.
I will gladly help you with that.
Just
You're tying.
Just gonna hog tie him.
Yeah, just around the ankles too.
Yep.
Then tie the wrists and the ankles together so he really can't go anywhere.
Nice.
Drift globe in his mouth.
Daylight, yeah. Huh?
Actually, he's still bleeding from his nose, right?
You know what? Ormia, Felix, Emil, and Astrid, go ahead and make a perception check. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Felix and Astrid, you notice as you're hog tying him, he's feeling less, just a little bit, less corporeal than he was when you first started tying him. Getting the gist that perhaps this isn't a permanent state for him right now.
He is bleeding a little bit, though, right?
Yes, yep. He's definitely wounded right now.
Okay, so when he's hogtied, I'm gonna kind of just like kneel beside him, and I'm gonna just kind of like with my rapier, just like, okay, so you want to explain what is going on?
You'll see. Very soon. You'll see.
I'm gonna stab him in the shoulder.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm gonna pull out the compass.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drop it on him.
Okay. You drop it and it clinks just with a little brief bounce. Boonk. And the little legs, mechanical legs spring out of it. Let me pull up.
It didn't work.
AC. The little mechanical legs spring out of it. Whew, thanks.
So I'm gonna drop it, like I'm gonna drop it, and as it's like skittering up him, I'm gonna say, "You sure you don't want to tell us right now?"
This is nothing. This is nothing. I finally have my freedom.
I'm gonna stab him again.
Ooh, nice. Roll for damage. Well, twice, I guess.
Like a pig.
For the rapier, okay. That's 1. That's 2.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he's losing a fair amount of blood. Not the most resilient in this form. And is looking fairly wounded at this point. The compass... Right, how is this going to work with this guy's blood? The compass runs up, skitters up to the wound, and starts to draw blood. You know what? There's a chance. Hey, let me make a roll just in case here. Okay.
If I need to stab him more to get more blood out of it, I will.
There's a ton of blood. The blood is all... It's murky and black. You can see it's pumping out of some of the larger wounds, but it's almost like an oil coming out of the ground, and just bubbling up over the surface. Boop, boop, boop. The compass skitters over and starts sucking up blood, and then the legs retract, and it doesn't seem to have accepted more than just a drop of this blood. And you kind of get the feeling like...
rejection.
Yeah. Some of the blood is starting to not evaporate, but turn into like a black mist a little bit. It seems to be hanging about, not dissipating.
And it's black from every wound?
Yes.
I'm going to... I'll put the compass away, but I'm going to stab him again in one of the same wounds and just kind of twist it a little and like rip it out, see if I can't get real blood coming out.
Okay. Go ahead and make another damage roll. You go back into the next wound and oh my gosh. Okay. All right, well, let me see what that puts him at here.
Yeah, you're not playing.
The compass is empty.
Ugh, okay. Yeah, and the blood just again bubbles up out of this wound as you twist it. He writhes and it hurts. He writhes in pain. And you know, bound as he is, you know, looks up. You almost remind me of the lady. Twisted. No matter. I'll return when she returns, and she'll be here very soon.
Who are you talking about?
He's coughing up a fair amount of blood as you say this. The lady. And is just mostly gagging at this point. As you look at him, he's hanging on by a thread at this point. You feel another tremble throughout the cube.
We gotta go find the last rune, see if we can't protect it. This guy isn't gonna stay here. I don't think there's anything we can do to keep him here, but we gotta find this last rune.
Namfoodle, you were good once. What happened?
As you say that, let me just do a roll and see what he can do, because that's kind of...
I've also pulled the silver figurine that I never pull out of my pocket, and I'm holding it in my hand kind of idly. Like, I never pull this out. But...
Ah, okay. Actually, you know what then? That's really good. Okay. So, as you say that, this form...
Fuzzy.
Oh my gosh, this thing's killing me tonight. It's gonna be fuzzy.
Just like move it so that it's like just on your face, so it only focuses on your face.
Right? I'll put it like right here. You can...
Yeah.
So then you.
No.
That was creepy.
No.
As you say that, the mist that's been coming off the blood, black mist, and sort of hovering there, rapidly starts to evaporate and turn into kind of congeal, form together, and from the feet and legs up takes a very humanoid form. This is the smoke that you experienced with the smoke monster before. However, it is now in the form of Namfoodle. The creature on the floor begins to enlarge and stretch out into like a medium-sized creature. Its arms, legs, as they're bound tightly to the human, the small size that he was beforehand, since he's been bound, just sort of breaks as he seems to be on death's door and dying as it stretches out. The smoke monster Namfoodle kind of looks up at Emil with these light blue smoky eyes in the face, and a very, very defined face as some smoke just drifts off of him here and there. And you hear in a voice that's almost repeated 3-4 times over as it speaks, "We have to protect the final ward. I can show you the way."
Let's go.
Yeah.
With haste.
What is the creature on the ground? While everyone goes off, I'm gonna look down at them.
Are you asking Nam as you guys are walking?
No, I think if everyone's... I'm just gonna stand there.
Oh, what you see? You see a brutalized... It looks almost like a corpse at this point. Brutalized. Scars upon scars upon scars. It was once possibly a high elf at some point very, very, very long ago. It looks like it's been tortured for ages and twisted and warped in shape. It's almost before you. It's as though it's desiccating, drying out, becoming sort of a withered husk of bone and skin.
I don't recognize the face, do I?
No, I don't think there's any way you'd recognize it. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm scared.
Nam starts by walking down. I gotta zoom out here. Okay. Where on earth even is that? Okay.
Show me the secret doors, Dan.
Yes. Where? Now, where did I put that secret door? It's a trap door, and I can't believe I can't spot it. I might have covered it up. Oh, there it is. Okay. So he walks everyone to the hallway with a tree in it, and goes down to the first floor, and then moves a couple of boxes that were blocking off further passage down to almost a basement level. And there, at the bottom of that, is a ladder that goes down, and I'm going to move... You don't have to move your tokens, but basically the very top left of the map is where you end up. Okay. In this actual basement with a trap door. He leans down and tries to grab through by instinct, tries to pull the trap door, but his hand sort of is now passing through. Seems to be losing some of his mass. Here. Down here at the end of the hallway.
How do we protect it?
Are any of you knowledgeable in Arcana? I think Kaylin is, right? You're proficient?
I know. I just kind of am sitting back. I'm like, I know a little, yes.
Yeah, sure. Emil knows a little.
Well, any of you... anyone can attempt this, but it's best if you're familiar. It just needs to be cleansed. There's one left. I can use what strength I have left to reinforce it. There's something extremely powerful beyond this door, and our time is running out.
I'm gonna grab my dagger out of the wall right before we start leaving.
Okay.
Don't want to leave anything.
Good catch, yeah.
Are we leaving this tied up guy here? Or?
He essentially died as you guys were...
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll take my my rope back then. Just do.
Okay. Yeah. Pull it out of the skin a little bit as it started to die.
So we have to cleanse the door?
The
or we have
ward.
to cleanse what's beyond
The
ward,
final
which
ward
is beyond the door.
Is on the door.
It's on the door.
It's on the door. Oh,
I can confirm that because I think I saw that.
You did. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll try and cleanse it if I can.
Let's hurry. I don't know what evil this is that's done this to me and brought that creature here, but it's powerful, and it can't.
We can help him open the door. By the way, like we don't have to.
Okay.
Stand here.
You pop that open.
Before we do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who was that? Who was that?
I don't know. I didn't.
I don't know either.
I didn't look. I looked like me.
Someone the Lich pulled back from death, I think.
Yes, it took my form. Done terrible things in my form.
Before this happens, is there a message you would like to take to Scarlet? Use anything you want us to say to her.
Scarlet as well. She's all right.
Here.
Bless her heart. Well, I'd like you to thank her for me. Thank her for sending you, and I feel like I could do one final good deed here I'm happy for that opportunity. And I'm glad she's watching over the keep. Give her my thanks, please, and all my well wishes. Tell her I will watch her. I will watch over her.
Cool.
I must hurry. He kind of looks at his arms, and little tafts and puffs are starting to dissipate off his body now.
Okay, what do we need to do?
We must travel through here and down the hallway. It leads out below the mage circle in the back of the property.
Let's go.
Okay. Yep.
You swing the door open, and he goes down first. And as he walks down the hallway, flames ignite on the torches briefly as he approaches. And it's a black flame, but it's emanating light. Just seems to be part of his essence he's using to illuminate this long hallway. And they die out after you walk past a good 80 feet behind him. And it's sort of a long, cold, somber walk down this dirt path. Until you finally approach the end. And as you do, you see this really super reinforced door that Felix and Emil, you've already seen in the visions. You can hear the hum of the ward that's brightly lit on the face of the door. It seems to be humming and working at its maximum to try and protect whatever is behind this door. But you also see the corruption, the spatters of blood on it have a blackish green hue to them. And they almost look like they formed a sludge of sorts that has veins seeping into the rune and into the door. You clear the blood and reset the rune, which you're sort of familiar with, Kaylin. And I'm going to say that, let's see. Well, Ryland's a cleric. She gets her stuff. So, Emil, you could also...
I'd really like to know something. I realize I'm not proficient in Arcana, but obviously I'm trying to learn a little bit, so...
Yeah, you've had enough training, most certainly, to have an idea of how to reset a rune. So it's up to you, too, how you want to approach it.
Would it help if both of us do it, or just one of us have to do it?
One of you does it, but the other one can help out and give.
Yeah, I should probably assist her because it sounds like if she's got the background for it, I only have a dabbling interest in Arcana. So
okay.
I'm gonna put a hand on Kaylin's shoulder. You can do this. We're all depending on you, and you get an inspiration die.
Ooh, nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namfoodle now has missing most of his hands, but he's got arms down to about half the forearm as his form is slowly dissipating still.
Okay, so let's do this.
Yeah, what do we need to do, Dan?
Yeah.
So I would say I'm going to let you guys add any role play that you want to this. Again, there's the sort of the muck that's on the door. How would you... I mean... Function-wise, Kaylin, you're going to roll an Arcana check with advantage. But if you want to tell me what you think you might do to, with your magic, just follow a standard rule, rune resetting, or is there any tools or anything you want to try and attempt to use in the process, or just use your knowledge?
Let's just use my knowledge, because Kaylin might know of it, but she hasn't had too much practice in it, so she's not going to be adding like any flair or anything. So
okay,
this is basic.
Nice.
I think Emil. Sorry, I think Emil would have his invisible mage hand and try and use it rather than actually physically touching the door to clean the blood, because I probably don't really think it's actually there.
Okay.
I would probably summon my mage hand and try to use it as part of the ritual to see if it can grab the blood or clean the blood in some way rather than me doing it physically.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make your roll then, if you would, Kaylin. With advantage.
Was that
mm-hmm.
Arcana? What was
Arcana with advantage. Mm-hmm.
Felix stands guard with his lamplighter drawn.
Okay.
Plus a d6. Add a d6.
Actually,
first.
You've got to roll a second time. Yeah, go ahead and roll a second time, and then you can.
So roll a second time?
Yeah. Much better.
Add a d6.
You're welcome to roll a d6 and add it if you'd like. Oh my gosh. Okay. So just barely. This wasn't as easy as it may have seemed. Basically, with Felix and Astrid and Emersina sort of keeping guard, making sure there's going to be no other surprises, or Mia supporting Kaylin and building up her confidence, which she really needed in that moment. That was clutch. Kaylin, you are casting the ritual to reset this rune. So it can be rid of this influence, this evil influence. Emil, you're scraping away with your the mage hand, the from your rogue archetype, and as you rake away, some of it's growing back, and you rake and it grows back, and Namfoodle walks over, and with the seemingly the last of his strength, forces Smoke hands to rematerialize, pulling away from other parts of his form, and also starts raking away at these with you. And you're able to pull enough of this away as Kaylin is casting this, where there's a loud apex to the dynamic, the sound of the hum to this rune. It just has this very soft energy blow out in a radius maybe 50 feet or so. Kind of washes over everyone, just moves your hair a little bit, and is a little bit blinding. Bright light, like a shampoo commercial. And as you look back, you see the rune is intact and glowing a very pristine white color, just as the last remnants of Namfoodle are being blasted away with that blast of energy. You also hear an extremely loud, frustrated, pissed off yell from seemingly an adult woman, just yelling, "No!" Sounds like it's just from all around, before that dissipates as well.
Okay, wow.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Does Rangwin have Speak with Dead yet?
That's a good question. Let's take a peek, see.
Well done, dwarf.
Thank you.
I knew you could do it.
Thank you, Rogue.
Can someone copy down the protection rune? So if we ever come across anyone who can help us kind of decode it, we can show it to them.
Yes.
Sure. Emil suddenly realizes he's holding the silver, and he quickly kind of turns away from the group and pockets it, like he's kind of suddenly very self-conscious.
Awesome. You find yourselves with a sense of relief. You can feel a presence that had been there seems to be gone. The pressure, the anxiety of it all, the tension feels like it's relieved to a certain extent. You're still in a hallway that's now, as the lights dim, the black lights, torch lights fizzle out as well as Namfoodle's figure was blasted away. But it seems like you've rid this keep of whatever was ultimately behind this.
Kaylin turns to Emil and Ormia and puts a hand on their shoulders and just thanks them. Thank you for, I appreciate your support.
It was you who did all the work. Well done.
Emil blushes and nods.
I ship it.
Nice. All the shipping. All right, what would you guys like to do? Is there anything you want to do here at the end of the hallway or in the keep, or what would you like to do?
We should probably make sure there's nothing else demonic and disastrous going on, because that we were kind of sent here to check it out. We should make sure it's structurally and otherwise not infested with other bad things.
Do you think there's any other way we could fix the broken rooms?
I mean, Scarlet probably could if we couldn't, now that we know what's going on.
Yeah. I wonder if she knows anything else about this woman.
Because that guy just referred to her as the lady, correct?
Yeah, the lady, her, she. There's no name. And did you guys hear that scream too?
Oh, yeah. That's
Okay.
super creepy.
Yeah, so I think we'll check out the rest of the keep.
Okay.
But
Are you trying to check this room out too, or just the rest of the keep that you've been in so far?
yeah, let's check everything.
Okay.
Why not? Just to make extra sure.
Okay.
Did you say there was anything else in the room, Dan, that we're in now?
No, this is like a long hallway. Before you was just that door that is sealed off some other room behind it. And you don't see anything else in here, and it, in fact, begins to go dark.
Let's start with the room that fake Namfoodle was first seen in. Maybe he was hiding out there for a reason.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So if you guys aren't doing anything with this door now, go ahead back to the keep and make a general investigation check for, like, the top floor or the bottom floor, whichever. Yeah, that top floor.
Can I go check out the tree?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Cool.
Every single one of my rolls, the die has been like
Felix
on like
might
a really
investigate
high number,
the statue of
and then goes to a low number. It's like, are you kidding me?
We're such good investigators.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
investigating so hard.
The keep is clear. We're
If
good.
we've been rolling combat today, we'd all be dead.
This is brutal.
We wouldn't be dead. We would just be missing.
Yeah.
It'd be like in Star Wars 3 where they're dueling and they just kind of like spin their lightsabers in circles without touching anything.
Nice.
That's what it would be like.
The next party, your next characters could come investigate the missing party. Oh, that's brutal. Well, Em, you're saving the day again with your investigation check. So, everyone looks around. You don't really see anything. Emersina, you feel really confident as you look around. You feel you don't find anything out of place, and there's no cold spots or anything like beforehand. You still feel a little bit uneasy. There's still, not that there's something here, but
Something's off.
yeah, with a 12, yeah, like something. Like, you feel confident you could probably leave and things would be fine, but it's not like, oh, walk in the park. This house is clear. It's like that. So, let's see, and Astrid, you were checking out the tree. I mean, it's a beautiful tree. It looks to be a couple hundred years old. You do notice as it's still sprinkling a little outside, it looks like someone really appreciated trees. Because as this was planted and the keep was built around it, as you look around at the architecture of it, and up above it rises through the whole circular stairwell there, and it's open at the top, so there's fresh air. You can see, even at this point, I think it would be late enough in the evening where you can see the stars stretch out across the sky, and you see little dots of rain, bink, 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 hitting an invisible force field. So it looks like it's still safe, from the weather, but enjoyable, where you're still getting some of the fresh air and the view. It rises up above the top of the keep by a little bit.
Can I climb to the top of the tree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Actually, from there, I mean, you get a pretty good view because you're up over the keep and out of this section by, a good 10 feet or so. And you can look around, and the forest is pretty dense with these massive trees and stuff. But you can kind of look around and see the property a little bit around the keep.
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to stay up here for a little bit.
Okay. So you're chilling up there as everyone else checks the other floor. If you guys want to roll investigation checks for that.
What floor are we on? The second floor?
Yeah, I think you just did the second floor, and now you're all checking the first floor. Hey, there they are. Oh, no.
I want to stay on the second floor for a couple of seconds and check out. I think there's a little library room up here.
Oh, yes. Right? Yep.
That Kaylin only got to take, I think, a quick look at last week. Okay. So I would like to go in there and just kind of take a look at the books.
Okay.
And possibly pocket one for myself.
As a sage, there's a few that pique your interest. A lot of them are sort of starter books, things primers that you kind of have a gist on. Some crafting books. There's an alchemy book there on how to become a beginner alchemist. Let's see. There's one book that really stands out. It's called the Lupine Pandect. And as you start flipping through this, it really captures your attention. You only have a few minutes to kind of, that's all it takes for you to get a good idea.
Right.
And this has this history past of generations and after generation after generation after generation, at least a few centuries of notes and past and stories and tales and practices and passed down from generation to generation of purebred werewolves. And it talks about understanding the beast within and learning how to control it so that you don't go mad or give in to the darkness. It talks about when werewolves turn and what that process is like, and that's about as far as you get. But this is not something mass produced. It really piques your interest.
Caitlin's fascinated with that one. How big is this book? Is this?
It's a hefty book. It's like that big. Almost the size of half of her face here, like 2/3 of her face. It's pretty wide. I don't think I actually have a picture of it in here, but I'll send you. I do have a picture of it.
Caitlin has a bag. She's kept a skull in there, so she kind of, judges the bag, judges
a little
the book.
fit. Yeah.
And it's kind of like, looks around, makes sure no one's, has came in, and it's kind of like, and stuffs it down in there, kind of puts maybe her rope over it, to try and cover it up, and just, kind of steps out.
Awesome. Okay.
What was a skull-sized empty space in Caitlin's bag is nothing.
Yeah, you guys.
The skull stretched out the
It
back.
looks
So now the
completely normal. It looks completely normal.
You're like that kid at school that has a bag that's like 3 times the size of them, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'm just kind of like, hey guys, you know.
What do we get here? Ooh, 20.
So for newcomers to Stormfall, we go somewhere, Kaylin steals something, bad things happen. We go somewhere else, Kaylin steals something, bad things happen.
It's all
Traps
her
are
fault.
set off, yeah.
I
All right, so great investigation checks this time round. What do we get? 24, 19. So, well, yeah, so Kaylin, well, you found that, I'll say, with your
yes. Yeah, that
investigation
was
check.
my.
Emil and Em, you two, again, clear out the second floor. Emil, now you have a bit of a sensitivity to the arcane. So you still feel like there's a presence monitoring, but that it's successfully warded by having that, ward activated. So removed in a sense, but watching. You get that eerie feeling, like
Okay.
something's watching you.
Somebody's watching.
To me.
Nice.
Ormia, based on her 1 there, is still really distracted by the body. Just like, I feel like I know that I'm really, really hoping that's not him. Just like, really, really, really hoping, but there's no way I can tell, is there?
No, I mean, you spend a lot of time looking over it. It's so trashed and worn. I mean, you're confident, though, that it's not anyone you've known personally or really even read about in history or anything. It's to you in this day and age, it's just a nobody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was just really scared for a minute. That is the person I was looking for, and it would have been the heart of irony if I had been the one to stab him to death.
Just kidding.
Laughs maniacally.
No. Okay. Well, I think we should probably burn this body so it can't be used again.
Outside, yeah.
And then we've investigated the whole keep, right? Investigated.
Everything except the room at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
I personally don't want to go there. Emil doesn't, but. Oh, Emil left to die on the floor of the temple room. He's gonna go back and get that.
Okay, search around a little bit and spot it and snap it up.
Dice are important.
Yes. Cannot lose. Yeah. All right. So you all kind of meet up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Astrid.
oh no, I was just going to say, I think if we're going to burn the body, it shouldn't be on the property. Just in case that messes with the whole spirit situation again.
Well, we're also in the middle of the woods, so we have to be careful.
Oh
Let's
yes,
not
fire
set the whole
safety.
forest on fire.
Remember, kids, only you.
Nice.
So then what else speaks out against burning things in the forest?
PSA.
Neat. All right. Well, if you guys are taking the body and wrapping up, actually, I should probably check. Okay.
If it was once a high elf, I'm gonna kind of attempt to do a semi sort of like what would be proper for a cremation of my race.
Okay.
Just it's kind of like paying proper respects because it's like this. I don't know what happened to them, but I was kind of cruel to them, and I don't think it was that they were doing things. I think they were doing things against their will. So it's kind of like a sorry, don't haunt me.
Of course, the rope has been removed, so as you approach it, you do go to kind of fold the hands across the chest and straighten it out before getting ready to move it. As you go to move the arms and straighten the legs, it's crumbling. It's already not turning into a pile of dust, but crumbling apart like it's on its way, very quickly decomposing into dust. But currently, just sort of like the arm sort of falls into like 3 pieces.
Could I like sweep the semi-ashes into like the cup that I took from that tavern?
Yeah, sure.
Spread the ashes.
Let's go find a haunted mansion and spread the ashes there.
Nice.
Might find a werewolf. No.
Awesome. Okay, and then you guys are. So, where do you want to dispose of the body or the ashes? Do you want to leave sort of the rest of it here, or do you want to sweep it up like you said?
There's probably a place in town where you can take.
Oh yeah. Mortuaries.
Yeah, like unknown bodies, because I'm sure. I'm sure there's a place I'm sure it's fairly common to find unknown bodies around, so it's just kind of like the anonymous.
Are they not going to ask questions? It's dust.
It's not completely dust yet. It just I picked up the arms and they fell off, which that wasn't on purpose.
Just turn up and be like, "Hey guys, we had a little accident," and just kind of like dump it on the person's table.
Awesome. Well, I'll say you guys sort of collect the remains then. Now it's probably about 7:38 at night, and it's about a 4-hour walk back to Zambora. Do you want to do that tonight, or how would you like to tackle
We can
that?
stay the night in the haunted keep. That sounds fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm really not.
Neat.
I'd rather sleep in the forest.
You sleep in the forest when we're in a city, so.
Yeah, it's my go-to. It's my happy place.
Nice.
Well, Ormea doesn't want to stay in the haunted keep. She wants to GTFO.
Could I have okay, Astrid, Emil, and or Mia. If the 3 of you could just roll a wisdom check.
Oh.
And everyone else, if you could just roll like a constitution check. Hey.
Oh my gosh.
This is to make up for the one with that stupid demi-lich in the runes. It didn't register. I totally rolled a 20 and it didn't register.
Ah.
Do I have to roll again? Because it was a 20.
No, I'll take your word for it. It's fine. This isn't
Okay.
anything major anyway.
I'm so excited.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, everyone has a pretty restful sleep. Emil, as much as you try and fall asleep, you are just feeling a bit wired. You have this second wave of energy kind of come over you, and you're just, even though you want to sleep, it's certainly been a long day, you're just, you feel like it's just not happening tonight. You get like little dozing in here and there. Overall, you probably get like 2 hours of sleep.
I'm just gonna sleep outside.
Okay.
I don't want to be inside.
Oh, right, your constitution.
Yeah, no, I'm not in there.
Oh, hello.
Okay, all right, and you're sleeping outside him. Okay, so that's it. You wake up a little, not really rested. Emil, anyway. Everyone else has a sufficient night's sleep.
Like a rock. I slept like a baby.
Just hugging your book.
Just hugging my bag with the book in it.
Neat. So morning arrives, and I'll say you guys zip up to Zanbor, unless you had anywhere else you wanted to stop. Where would you like to go once you're in Zambora?
I want to go back home and see if there's a message for me yet.
We should probably see Scarlet straight away.
I will go home and see if there's a message for me after we see Scarlet.
Okay. Neat. All right. Well, you guys head up. The city's fairly bustling today as you arrive. It's mid-morning, and you're really taking in the population of this city. And you're seeing some of those advanced arcane technology as you go through the street. You're seeing magic used for a lot of just run-of-the-mill everyday type jobs and tasks. Not quite brooms sweeping the floor themselves, but just a lot of mundane tasks are sort of being managed via magic, or namely magical devices. You head to the same place you saw Scarlet beforehand, Councilwoman Shuffletrop. And she's actually in session, but you wait a little bit for that to be adjourned, and you're able to grab her attention, and she brings you back to a similar room to the one you were in before, just in a different location in the building. And eagerly, greets you all in a closed room, small room like before. I'm so sorry for making you all wait. Please tell me you have good news.
I'll hand her back the key.
Thank you.
And I'll hand her the dust man in the jug.
Just a drink.
No.
That's
a
person.
corpse. That's a corpse.
Oh.
I would like my cup back though. Just.
She kind of looks around. There's like a plant nearby, and empties it out in that. Here you go. It's very silly halfling-esque.
I think I'm gonna get Ryan to bless this mug or something.
For like a year, every day for a year.
Nice.
Dan, Emil rolled stealth. He's not there anymore.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I'm out. I don't know these people.
All of a sudden, it just fades into the background.
Nice. Into the plants.
It's still so hard to become an invisible.
Kayla looks around. She's like, where?
So, she sits herself up in a seat. Her little feet are sort of kicking as she sits down. You all seem, and she kind of looks around like, where'd they go? Like some of you sort of ducked off to the side. Well, I mean, it went well.
We're all alive.
I hope.
Yeah, there was a bit of a problem with this smoke thing. And yeah, I can't. Oh my gosh, what was that guy's name? We were saying his name all the thing.
Namfoodle?
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Namfoodle?
Brain. I can brain.
You didn't smoke.
Something happened. We're not entirely sure what. There was a lich involved.
I guess Emil knows the story more than anyone else. Emil really doesn't want to talk, but...
You're just a disembodied voice from somewhere.
His voice from the ceiling.
Talking into a cone in the corner, like...
Yeah.
Do not look behind the curtain. As she sort of hears the tale, that sounds like a powerful creature. I mean,
Do you know anything this could have been? The thing just called her the lady. And when we reinforced the protective ward, we heard this woman scream in frustration.
Ugh. Jeez, I mean, I don't know. It's a lady? I mean, it's so vague.
And they said she was coming back and she would return?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of magic on the property. It's why we have the defenders. Why there's. I mean, you met them. Why we have the keep warded. And why it was sort of problematic that the defenders of the property there couldn't get of the land couldn't get inside the house to clear this up. That's really concerning. I'm gonna have to have someone look into that further. I don't recognize the name, but I'm really relieved that you took care of it. How did you handle it?
We also recommend you redo 4 of those protective runes. They were kind of destroyed.
No.
The wards. Yeah.
Not the one in the basement.
The big one in the basement is fine. That one we reinforced with Namfoodle's help.
Okay.
The other ones are not so fine. Yes.
Right, because he mentioned
he came back as a spirit, and
does Scarlet seem to know who Namfoodle is?
Was not Casper the friendly ghost?
Yeah. She had spoken. You know what? I don't think she actually mentioned his name. So she says, yes, the one I spoke of when we first met. That was Namfoodle. He was a warlock, and he traveled with us for a time. He was it's such a long story, but he was wounded, gravely wounded by his father. And when he made this pact, his warlock pact, he was healed. But guilt
who did
got
he
the
make
better
this
of him.
pact with?
Oh, I don't know. He never spoke of who it was with. But when he gave up his power, he was left with those wounds he'd suffered prior, and he was no longer able to travel with us. It was his father, you see, was the paladin that once threatened all of Astralanor. Killed his brother, who traveled with us before him, and lived such a sad life for quite a while, but was really the heart of the keep, of our home. After retiring, I'm glad to hear that he was able to truly pass on. It sounds like you helped him more than I could. I should have been there.
He wanted us to tell you that he's glad you're doing well, and that he'll continue to watch over you.
He's a kind soul. He had his moments, but he was always a kind soul. Thank you for letting me know. I'll have the archivist research the lady and see what we can find. See if there's anything in the archives related to that. I will make sure I give Azalea word that you have my permission to traverse the land freely, and you'll be under the protection of the locals while it's there.
All of us, correct?
All of you, yes.
Okay. Good.
I don't have much I can offer, but I feel like let me get some things in order so I can reward you properly, and I will get back in touch with you as soon as I can. All deserve more than just my thanks.
You think?
I'm fine with just passage through the land, but
Can Emil shush her from saying that?
Me?
Yeah,
Well,
I don't.
me, myself. Me personally. Everybody else, I'm sure, wants something else. But me, I am set on a path. And having an obstacle removed is more than enough for me. Everyone else can have a thing, but
Okay.
don't worry about me.
Yeah, it's cool.
Understood.
I'll take her share of whatever you were going to give her.
Astrid and
Fair
I
enough.
will share.
Yeah, well, 50-50, well, like a 70-30 split. My
Actually,
way.
give it to Rhineland.
Well, I see. Well, let's sort it all out once I'm ready. Then I won't remember all that.
Give it to me. I'll give it to Ryan. You can entrust me.
Oh, very
I'll
well.
take it for her.
Girl with the cup and her branches.
I'll count it out into shares.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. Excellent. Well,
I said branches, didn't I? Oh my gosh.
I do miss the days where I was able to travel with my companions. This reminds me of fond times. But I must get back to work, and I will see you within days. Do you have an address in case you should leave city? Anywhere I can?
You can leave it with my family.
Oh, yes. Very well. Well, I bid you all good day then, and if you have need of anything I can assist you with, please let me know.
Well,
Careful over there, young man.
Okay.
Are we dismissed then?
Oh, certainly. Please carry on.
As we leave, Emil would like to pull Ormia aside for a word.
Okay.
Okay.
Ormia, that was a very kind and honorable thing that you did, asking for his last words and then bringing them to Scarlet. Having said that, your thirst for blood is very disconcerting. Watch yourself. And I'll leave.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk out the door.
Your
I'm
pace
just
is
gonna, as he
slow.
walks, like when he walks away, I'm just gonna kind of put my hand in my bag and just hold on to that compass for a minute, and then I'll leave as well.
From seeing what Omia did with the dude where she tried to get the blood out, could I make a check or something to see if I get what the compass does? Because like no one else really knows apart from Ormia and Em, I don't think.
Well, everyone saw what it did to Rhineland in the Den of Consequences.
Yeah, I think they saw, but like
Did we?
nobody
Oh, okay.
knows like the background
Oh, okay.
of it.
For some reason, I
Like
thought
why and stuff.
when we were in the Den of Consequence, it was all like blurry, so we couldn't see. But
Yeah, I thought we weren't really
Yeah,
clear
it
what
was
happened.
phased out in the den, so you guys didn't
I thought it
quite
was
get-
they
Oh,
couldn't.
okay.
They saw what happened, but they couldn't hear it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the speech got garbled. That's what it was. The speech got garbled. So you all
okay.
sort of had, but it was like a daydream state that everyone was in. So you kind of, it happened. It just felt like, okay, this is what's going on. It didn't really.
Felt like a dream.
Yeah, exactly. But anyone that was standing around her when she did that in the keep, so not Ryman because she was a little further behind, I think. But I feel like everyone else was there. Kaylin was around the corner, and I guess she was there in the doorway with Emil. So everyone else, I guess, if you want to roll intelligence checks just to see if you can kind of put together, what this thing is doing or attempting to do. It's we'll see what the rolls are, and then we'll.
oof.
Ouch.
Felix would like to remain blissfully oblivious as usual.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Swerve.
okay. So Kaylin, it's essentially just Kaylin. For everyone else, as it happened, it just looks like she chucked some compass at him, and it bounced off him, and they're like, "What?" It could look like it tumbled up, but Kaylin
was stabbing him pretty violently.
Yeah, through
There's a lot
all
of anger there.
yeah, through everything else that was going on. When you saw her drop that, the image came back to you from the Den of Consequence. Like, wait, is this not a dream? So you spent a little bit of time like watching what was going on, and you recall it drawing out the blood, drawing out Rheinwind's blood, and attempting to do the same to this creature, but not working for some reason. Yeah, I think that's what you get with a 16.
And one of those movie moments where she was like, and then all these pictures started flooding her mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yep. Perfect. All right. So, what would you guys like to do next? All right, you're checking for a message, Ormia, right? Let's see. And what was it you sent out?
I wanted to speak with what's her face.
Yes. Okay. Do you guys want to do?
Iva Longhorn.
Yeah. You guys want to do anything before heading back to her crib? Nope. Okay. Yep.
Is there how big of a city is this?
It's a pretty large city, yeah. It's Zambora map if you want to look at the images, but it's a pretty large city.
It's the capital of the kingdom, isn't it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it's big.
So where are we going now? Are we going to have any time after we go and visit this person in the city, or no?
I mean, right now it's let's see. I mean, if you got up early on 8 and noon, so it's probably just afternoon, like 1 o'clock or something, 1:30.
And I think I want to stay. I think it's like still 3 more days until the next thing.
Yes,
so.
it's actually I can tell you right here because it's Wednesday currently, so you've got 2 more days.
2 more days, okay.
Okay. If we need to go and visit someone, I can go. I was just wondering, at some point before leaving, I went to go around and ask shop owner or something about, see if they have any information on Warforged.
My thing, this person I want to talk to, I want to do on my own. So you guys go do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, then I would like to go around, Nikayla would like to go around and just kind of go to a couple, like if she knows of like a shop owner, of a specialty shop owner, to kind of ask and just see if anyone has any information, like if they've seen anyone with a Warforged, or if they know of any information about Warforged, or have any books about Warforged, or she is on a mission. So
where are you, Zambora? Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check if you would. Ormia, you see there is you did get a response from Lady Longhorn. Very short. It looks like someone else actually penned it. Where she spoke it, someone penned it. It's very abrupt, which is very much her. That basically says she's exceedingly busy, but would love to have you attend this week's gala to catch up and see what life has been like for you. She's has like a bit of a snarky comment about you running away. You know, she doesn't word it like you're out doing something important. She kind of, I hear you ran away to pursue something of great importance, no doubt. You know, it's sort of like underhanded. Yeah.
The typical noble
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll respond and be like, I was actually out adventuring, and I found some things that might interest you. If you wouldn't mind taking some time away from your fun little event to speak with me in private.
Okay.
And I'll send that response.
Okay. You send that right back out. let's. Oh, Kayla, no.
Yeah, I know.
No, I mean, folks here, even though they're technologically arcane type technology, advanced with that, they haven't.
Okay.
Some people have maybe heard about a Warforged, no one has anything legit for you.
Talk to my father. He might know something.
About Warforged?
He's a weaponsmith, weapon and armor smith.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So you guys have essentially 2 days before the soiree. Is there anything you want to do on today's Wednesday? You just sent that reply, Ramia. Is there anything you guys want to do Thursday in town or Friday before the get together?
There is one person I'd like to visit. Let me look up his face. I want to visit Sorel.
Oh, right. Okay. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
And see if he's figured out anything more about enchanting my sword.
Okay.
Because he said he would be working on that.
There's currently. All right. He was going to be taking a peek and seeing what could be done and price wise. There's leads.
Well, because he said he was going to be researching that, because that's like what he's studying is enchanting weapons.
Right. He's got some leads on information figured out, but nothing concrete yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to see where you guys are with XP too, because how far you weren't too far away from level 4. So there's some leads that he's currently pursuing, and he's hopeful.
Okay. And I'm just happy to see him.
Neat. All right. Oh yeah, and Kaylin's got a 5. So, I guess that brings us up to Friday, unless anyone else has anything they want to do in the city. Don't forget, Em, you had your brother was down in Dauphine's Haven. Of course, that's like 11 days away by horse-drawn carriage and like 14, 15 by walking. But it's a big port city, so there might be news. You're not sure, but that's what M had going on.
How many days do we have left until the? You said 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll wait on that information then. I'll just sit on the information for now.
Okay.
Because I honestly just want to go take off.
Yeah.
But I'll just stay.
All right. Neat.
There's people you can send to that you can like get messages over there if you want to have someone look for them.
Oh, true.
I can direct you to the names, Dan, the names of the people who I did the messaging with, the cloaks,
Night cloaks, I think.
Yes, them, the night cloaks.
Okay, if you get her set up with the night cloaks,
Yeah,
let's see, this isn't her per se, but I'm gonna have you roll an investigation check, if you would.
Gotcha.
With advantage, because you're paying for the night cloaks. Or someone is.
I think I just.
It's gonna be May. It's still in there.
Yeah, it's still there.
I don't remember what that.
Whew. Okay. Actually, you can roll a second time because you have advantage. That's really good. Okay. You have word. Let's see. Where have you been? You've been here for like 4 days. You have word that someone matching your brother's description was found missing from his in-room. And I don't know. Let me make a roll, because there's a possibility Sterling Sam might have something for you, and I don't want to jib you on that. Okay, all right. Night Cloak returns with information from Sterling Sam that it looks as though your brother was abducted from the Baggy Wrinkle Inn and oddly replaced with someone that looks with a look-alike, which seems to her like an awful lot of work for a nobody, quote unquote, someone no one knows in this area. And word is that they're being brought. He's being brought up to the city of Zambora, and he's en route. There's a
That's convenient.
yeah.
Right.
There's a gang that she believes might have something to do with it, but she doesn't know for sure, and she's looking to get you some more information within the next couple of days.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see. All right, so Wednesday. So if everyone's sleeping Wednesday, then we've got Thursday.
I would have asked Iva if I could invite my friends along too. And if so, I will have helped everyone get proper clothing and teach the proper everything for said gala.
Okay.
Wait, are we all going?
If you're
We're going
invited.
to a gala?
Yeah.
Yeah, you send that response back. She replied.
I'll tell her it's my adventuring group and they all have wonderful stories that they could entertain her guests with.
She writes, "Oh, that would be," and she literally writes ... Lovely.
I hate her so much. This is going to be so satisfying.
And she says she'd be happy to set aside some time to speak with you in private during the gala. That would be acceptable. And she, then, says the rest about the party. Ormia, when you wake up Thursday morning, you freshen up in the morning, and as you're sort of, rinsing off your face in the mirror, you notice that your face, you look very pale today. Sort of pale, eyes a little sunken in, a little bit of, almost like a panda eyes. They're just sort of puffy and a
Just
little
like
dark.
when you're sick.
Yeah, like you're feeling. You even feel a little bit ill. And that's where we'll end tonight's session. Yay!
OMG.
I am Percy.
Awesome. Bum, bum, bum.
Wow.
Sweet. Well, thanks, guys. I hope I didn't tie you up too much or for too long in the keep. I didn't intend to make it go on that, too long, but I hope you had fun in here.
That was fun.
Neat.
Is it Friday yet? Is this
Yeah.
Is tomorrow
We'll
Friday
see what's
again?
going on with it.
Is this Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
Neat. So you have some political, not political, but societal type intrigue next week. I'm looking forward to.
I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. It's like Mistborn. I am so excited.
Fantastic.
Felix will have to break out his dress blues.
Ooh, that's right.
Yes.
Yep. He's gonna look so snappy.
Like Haley, I'm gonna dress up in a fancy gown.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, as always, players. You guys are amazing, and I love hearing your story and seeing and watching what you guys do. And Emil is hilarious. Warren/Emil. Yeah. I've got to stop reading Facebook chat because I'm trying to be serious. Then I'll read something and I'll lose it. I'm like, oh man.
Facebook chat is not serious.
Oh, it's great. I'm very much looking forward to next. Let's see. To next week. What's that, Dark? So is Kaylin supposed to be? Oh, she's a fighter. And
Emil is an arcane trickster.
Oh, right, Nevik. Yeah, we'll see you next year. Dun 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 dun. Fighter, battle master, sage. It's such a great combo. Yeah, all the players. Talking to chat, the players have really great combos here. Interesting things they've all pulled up. Some of them don't know half the things yet because there's secrets. I love Astrid's. She's a fawn, and Ormia's a swashbuckler class, and it's so yes. Everyone's just got some really cool things and some cool backgrounds and stuff to unlock, which I'm looking. Yes, Kaylin, the book thief. Yes. So for anyone watching that isn't usually here, I'm just going to link our YouTube page. We upload all of our episodes there each week. So if you want to get caught up or just have something to listen to in the background, there's that. And we also have a fun Facebook page, a group rather, that you can join if you want some behind the scenes stuff, which I have to be a little bit better about putting up, but some sneak peeks and some other stuff, and just the weekly YouTube videos go up there. But thank you, chat. You guys are hilarious and awesome, and I so appreciate you being here. We will see you in 2018. And players, thank you so much. You guys rock. Thank you so much for being here, making the time to be here and be awesome.
Love it.
Sweet. All right, so we'll catch you all next Friday. Again, we run from 10 p.m. To 1 a.m. Eastern each Friday. Yay. Have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you later. Bye. Bye.